Welcome to 10 of the most commonly held money beliefs keeping you poor, in my opinion at least. So, number one, everything will be okay. A lot of people get told at like a young age that if you just get good grades in school, go to university, college, get a good degree, find a good job, and just work hard your whole life, that you'll have a good life. When in reality, or at least in my reality, you won't. Because you're just never going to be able to keep up with the ongoing world crises, and it's just getting rigged to be harder and harder. So I think having a good mindset now, like a positive, everything will be okay mindset, is just kind of like setting you up for failure. Panic mode is a good mode to be in. That's the mode I'm in. It's the mode I've been in for a couple of years, and I've done more. I've learned more. It just forces you to like do more stuff and be more real with it. So I think panic mode is a better mode to be in. Instead of viewing the world as everything will be okay and just going with the flow and attacking everything with that mindset, it's too calm. So instead, if you just look at it as everything's not going to be okay, that's kind of going to force you to do more stuff and like look for new angles and new opportunities and areas. So that's the first one. Second thing is you need to be special to get rich. A lot of people that I've spoke to, they just seem to think that if you don't have like some God-given talent to be the next Lionel Messi footballer, or you don't have like some angel voice to be a singer, then they think that like you're never going to be rich. You're just like one of the normal people. That's actually like I don't think that's very true at all. If you look at like a chart, you'll see that like only like 8% of like the world's richest people, or like 8% of like millionaires are like athletes or something. So I mean it's kind of like what people tell you to like. It's kind of what they've experienced, kind of. But at least in the new age, it's very possible to get rich if you're normal. I remember Alex Hormozy said once, a businessman, he just said like, you don't need any special routines, you don't need anything like, you don't need talents, you don't need anything like out of the ordinary. All you literally need is to find a product that people want, sell it to them for more than it costs you to make it, and then do it loads of times. And that's basically a business in like the most simplest version ever. So you don't need like extra special skills for that. You just need to like start, keep going, not give up, work hard, and everything else. You'll just learn everything else on the way. So you don't need to be some kind of special talent to be rich. Literally anyone can do it. Not everyone can do it, but anyone can do it. 3, you can save yourself to rich. You can't save yourself all the way to being rich. A lot of people think that like if you just get like a 9 to 5 job, you live below your means, you save X amount of money every month. People think that you can just save, and be rich. And the reason why you can't do that, in a nutshell, is because you can never save money at a quicker rate than the government can print it from the sky. So that's basically all the explaining you need there. There is some ways that you can get rich by saving and like investing it, but obviously that's going to take a very long time and you need to know what you're doing. So I'm going to talk about that a bit for a later point. But number 4 is that people have your best interest at heart. People do not care about you. No one's going to care about you as much as you care about yourself, basically. Any kind of person you meet in business, any kind of financial advisor or business partner or anything, anyone you ever like get into like a money kind of relationship with, is never going to have your best interest at heart. They're always going to be more interested in making money for themselves. Even someone that you hire to like do you good, like let's say a financial advisor, yeah, you hire a financial advisor to manage your money for you. I'm not saying that, when I say they don't have your best interest at heart, I'm not saying that you should just completely discredit anything they say. They're not here to help, because obviously they are here to help, that's their job, but there's always going to be more of a part of them that's doing it for them than for you. So let's take a financial advisor, for example. His job is to help you manage your money and obviously like not lose as least money as possible and do the best job with your money, which he is going to do that, and he does want to help you. That is correct. I'm not saying just completely just don't go for any of these people. You should, but they're more interested in getting themselves paid and stuff like that. So like if you're talking to like a salesman, for example, and he's got a product to sell you, let's say you've got a problem and you need his product to help you, he might sell you it because he might actually think that this product will help you and that you need this solution. But basically, he's just trying to like sell it to you so he can make commission off it and then make money himself. So the only person who really ever is going to have your deepest interest at heart is probably like your parents and like maybe some close family members, but you most likely aren't doing business with them. And you're not going to hire them for any like business kind of stuff. So everyone else, you still like work with them. I'm not saying be like completely solo, but you just have to bear that in mind. Basically, just be aware that they're thinking more about themselves than you, and that's completely fine. That's very normal. Humans are selfish. That's just how it goes. Number 5 is that you're not rich if you're showing off. So it kind of annoys me because like you'll see online people who like flex their supercars and like watches and stuff like that. And there's always people who say like, "Oh, you're not rich," because I know a lot of rich people who don't show off their cars and wear fancy clothes and stuff. But it's like that doesn't mean that you're not. That doesn't mean you're not rich because like if he has a car, yeah, there's gonna be some people who just like fake it and like rent it, or whatever. But if he's like showing proof, then who else is gonna buy the Lambos and stuff? Like the poor people. Like if someone's got a Lambo, then they are rich. There's no like people keep trying to like investigate them or like pay too much attention into them to think that like, oh, this guy's not rich because he's showing off, and rich people don't do that. Okay, yeah, some rich people don't, but most people probably do. Most rich people probably do have an expensive car or like some kind of watches and clothes and whatever. So it just kind of annoys me when there's always that guy who just says like, "Oh, you're not rich because you're showing off, and rich people don't do that." What do you know about being rich, bro? Number 6, investing is scary. Now, okay, this one, I'll admit, I also think this as well sometimes. But the only reason, if you're like young and you don't have a lot of money, the only reason you think that investing is scary is literally because you're uneducated. And the reason you're uneducated is because you don't even have any money to invest anyway. If you have money and you're like a business owner, let's say, and you like know, you have knowledge about like how money works and stuff, then you're gonna be a lot less scared to invest. First of all, because you have more leeway with your money. Like if you're broke and young and you have no investment knowledge and you have a very limited amount of money, which you can invest, and it would mean a lot if you lost it, then of course you're going to be scared to invest. I'm probably scared to invest now, but if you not, I'm not going to tell you how to educate yourself because obviously I don't know, but I'm just saying if you did like learn and like study like markets and stuff, and you actually like had money, like leeway with your money to lose, freedom to lose it and stuff, then you'll probably be like more than all right. But the only reason people are get scared of it is they've just never done it basically, and they have no kind of money to invest anyway. So if you are scared of investing, or you haven't done it before, or you just like feel like you make bad investments, then that goes back to the old bit. You can hire like a financial advisor, or just figure out your own way on YouTube and stuff. But just don't think of it as like some like scary big man like billionaire's playground, because it's really not. And investing is like pretty good. So number 7 is that debt is normal. How is debt normal? Like I don't know why people think it's normal to be like 500 grand minus 500 grand to like the government or like the whoever owns your house, something, whatever. Like yeah, mortgages are real, but if you just, yeah, you shouldn't be in debt. You can just, like, people think it's so like normal, and like you just, as soon as you enter like 22 years old or something, you leave college, you're supposed to be in debt for like the rest of your life until you hit 60 and you can finally like afford to like pay off your house or something. And I just think that's wrong. Like realistically, you can make enough money to, first of all, if you are in debt, pay it back. Or second of all, just like avoid debt. Like you can literally avoid debt from day one. If you're already making money and you can just like pay like rent or something, and you're earning more than your rent, you don't ever have to be in debt. I don't like the idea of being in debt. And I don't think it should be normalized either. It's kind of like conditioned to normalize you just so you can like accept that it's normal, even though realistically it's not. Number 8 is believing everything you see online. A lot of people are probably online, probably either selling you a dream or like just showing like what they have more than what they actually have. Because like if you think about a lot of people online, even like people that you know, think about people that you know, and think about them in real life versus like their Instagram page, for example. Their Instagram page is going to be decorated up to look like they've got a much better life than they have already. That's why whenever I see someone like either my age, like one of my friends, or someone who I know is not like that good of a person, or like they don't have that good of a life, someone like that, if they post something on Instagram that looks really cool, I just look at them and think like, what a shit life you have. Like the fact that you do one thing cool once every 2 months, and you feel the need now to just throw it all over social media to make people think that you have a good life. And realistically, no, everyone knows you have a shit life, mate. So whenever people like, you can't believe what you see, everything. You gotta like have another mind to just like digest it, see it for yourself, and come up with your own conclusions. Because some people will hook you in a dream, some people are already successful, and some people will make you think that they're more successful than they are by portraying only the highlights of their life. If you took the top 1% moments of my life, then I look like I'm a celebrity, super jacked and famous already. But the reality is I'm not, because most of the time I'm not. But anyway, that's number 8. So number 9 is the belief that you can learn everything online. The world, believe it or not, is actually a pay-to-play game. And whilst you can find a lot of things on YouTube, there are certain levels of content that are like, they're paid for basically. You need to pay to get access to it. So the world's a pay-to-play game. As soon as you level up to like certain levels, you're not just gonna get everything for free. I just thought this analogy on top of my head, but it's kind of like poker. If you play poker with like a bunch of like bad players and stuff, they're not really gonna like bully you that much with the money and stuff. They'll just like let you play. They'll just see what's like on the table and stuff. But then if you watch like real professional poker players, it's like, if you want to see like the first draw of cards, like the flop, in like a professional Texas Hold'em poker game, you're gonna have to spend loads of money already. Like just to play, you're gonna have to spend like loads of money. They're gonna be raising everything. So that's like, it's kind of like the same with the world. When you start at the bottom, yeah, you can learn a lot of like the useful stuff now from YouTube, but once you like advance and you need to know like more expertise, knowledge and stuff, you're not gonna just find that stuff online. It's good now, but as you progress, you're gonna need more you're gonna need more withheld information, because that's just the kind of level you're at. As soon as you level up, there's gonna be more secrets that you need to like find for yourself, and like find people in person that can tell you stuff, and like have like network connections and stuff. But I mean, what do I know about that? I'm literally like at the bottom. So let's move on to number 10. Work smarter, not harder. This one's a bit funny. I actually left this one last for a purpose, because it's like, it's half right, but then it's half not right. And I want to just explain like the big like misconception with this phrase. Working smarter is obviously a good thing. Like that can't be like bad. But people think that they can replace hard work with smart work. Like you normally work 8 hours a day, yeah? And you think that you've like, let's say you find some like new trick or method, and it allows you to do your 8 hours work in 2 hours. A lot of people just think, okay, good, I can just work 2 hours a day now and I'm set. Well, if you can do that, if you've got like a new way to work more effectively in 2 hours, then why don't you just do that for 8 hours? And you'll get like 4 times the amount of work done in that one day. So that's why I think like when someone says like work smarter, not harder, it's a bit like, well, no, because I can just work smarter and harder, then I gain even more profits. So work smart, obviously not a bad thing, but trying to like avoid hard work just for smart work, it just sounds kind of like a lazy person's phrase. Just work smarter and harder simultaneously, and then you're good. So that was what my explanations were of top 10 common beliefs that will keep you poor. And hopefully, like, I mean, I'm guilty of some of these things as well, especially, and you probably are as well. No one's flawless, but I'm just saying, like, try to be aware of this kind of stuff. Maybe try to implement things that I said. Maybe do some research on it about in your own life. But anyway, that's gonna be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I guess I'll see you in the next one.